Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to day 12 of our Muharram Kids Challenge. May Allah accept all the amals and du'as that you have been doing over the last few days, inshallah. Today is our 12th session, so the final session of our journey. Inshallah, you have learnt a lot. I've really enjoyed doing these sessions with you. Today we're going to be looking at Labaik Ya Hussein. We're going to talk about letting your light shine, and then we're going to end with some prizes and special mentions for those children who have participated in our Muharram Kids Challenge 2020. Now Allah has told us in the Quran, seek Allah's pleasure. This is in Surah 2, Ayah 207. So we should make Allah happy with us. Do the right things, make the right choices, follow the lessons from Karbala, and inshallah we can make Allah happy. Today we're going to have our story time, earlier today, and our story is about light. We need light to see. Without light, we would be left in darkness. Our hearts also need to be brightly lit so that we can be guided and be doing things on the right path. Allah created the sun to give light to the world, and He sent the Quran and the Masumeen as bright lights to guide our hearts and show us the right way. The Imams are very special. They never do anything wrong and always seek Allah's pleasure in everything they do. They always do good and live in the way that the Quran teaches us. They are full of nur and constantly shine as our guides to show us the right path and the way to reach Allah. Without them, we would surely be in darkness and confusion. Yazid wanted to destroy and extinguish the light of Islam. He didn't want people to be guided towards Allah. He wanted to be in power, asking Imam Hussein alayhi salam to follow his rules. But Imam Hussein alayhi salam always did what would make Allah happy. He stood for the truth, even though this meant losing his family and going through so many difficulties. Killing Imam Hussein alayhi salam, Yazid thought he had managed to extinguish the light of Islam and stop people from listening to Allah. On the 10th of Muharram, Imam Hussein alayhi salam stood alone on the sand and called out, "Is there any helper to help us?" Imam Hussein alayhi salam was asking for help to keep the message and light of Islam shining. But who was the Imam calling to? Those who wanted to help him had already given their lives and had been killed. Imam was calling out to us, to every Muslim of every age and of every time. We answer the call Imam made on Ashura and we say, Labaik Ya Hussein. I am here, O Imam, and I will be your helper. I will help the light of Islam to continue, to shine by letting my light shine for others to see. When we follow the example of Imam Hussein alayhi salam and live in a way that we are always doing what will make Allah happy with us, we have the power to let our light shine. When we all shine brightly together by living in the way of the Quran, we behave with the best manners and spread goodness and peace. We help to make the world a brighter, better place to live. This is the message of Islam, which Imam Hussein alayhi salam stood and died for. When Imam Mahdi alayhi salam reappears, he will choose helpers from those who are shining the brightest. Allah's light will completely cover the world, filling it with peace and justice. So inshallah, we would like to be the brightest of those that are shining, inshallah, and we can do that by following the lessons of Karbala, pleasing Allah, and always trying to do our best to do what is right. Now in the story, we said, Labaik Ya Hussein. So can you all say that in your houses? Labaik Ya Hussein. I am here, O Imam, and I will be your helper. I will help the light of Islam to continue, to shine by letting my light shine for others to see. Now let's remember this very important message and always try and let our light shine for everyone to see. Now, an example of how we can shine is by pleasing Allah. When we please Allah, that is like our battery. So if we had a torch without battery would not work. However, if you put batteries into the torch, you can get the bright light. So just for if you would link that to ourselves, if we please Allah, we give ourselves energy, and therefore we can have the light like the torch, inshallah. We brighten the world around us and behave in the best way. Our light can help spread the message of Islam and bring more goodness into this world. How lucky are we to have the religion of Islam that has the best of akhlaq, the best of manners, and we can show others how good our religion is. Now, lessons from Karbala. We've been learning a new lesson every day. Do you remember the lessons that we have learned? Let's see how many you can remember. Now, the first lesson that we learnt was, do you remember? Was to stand up for the truth. Then we learnt about patience, having respect for everyone, obeying Allah, being a good friend, respecting our parents, trusting Allah, having courage, and having taqwa. So always remember these lessons that we have learnt. They are from the story of Karbala, but they relate to us every single day. So remember them. When somebody asked Imam Hussein alayhi salam before he went to Karbala, "Why are you going?" Imam Hussein alayhi salam replied, "I'm going to tell others to do good and to stop others from the bad deeds." Now let's remember this. Let's encourage everyone to do good. And when we see some bad deeds, let's try and encourage others to change the bad deeds to good deeds, but in a nice way. Right, so today's activity. I would like you to make a candle, because I would like you to make this candle to show that we are ready to answer Imam Hussein alayhi salam's call. We are here, we are there to help, and we are shining bright for him. So I'd like you to make a candle that you can keep somewhere in your house to remind you that you are to be the shining light, the bright light, and trying always to do what will make Allah happy. All right, so that's your task, your activity for today. Once you've done them, I would love to see your work, so please do send them in. And our challenge, time for our challenge, our last challenge for this year. Let's have a look at what your challenge is. So, challenge number 12. Now, your 12th challenge is, I would like you to work towards achieving your goals that you set on the 1st of Muharram. And inshallah, you will be able to achieve them this year. The second challenge is for you to follow the lessons of Karbala. So let's try our best throughout every day to follow those lessons that we learned. And remember that we aren't perfect. We do make mistakes. And inshallah, though, when we do make mistakes, we ask for forgiveness. Remember the story of Hur and how it was never too late to ask for forgiveness. So inshallah, remember that. Right, so now we'd like to mention those children who have joined in our challenge this year. So first of all, we'll be sending certificates of participation to these children because they have been watching and they sent in a couple of pieces of work, so I wanted to give them a special mention. Zainab Lodi, Ali Hadi Malik, Muhammad Owen, Betul, Zayan Malik, Jafar Ali, Zara Kalyana, Abbas Raza, Mahdi Jama, Rania, Hasnain Abbas, Faiza Kazmi, Mikhail Kazmi, and Shifa Nakwi. So well done, thank you for watching. And now we have some prizes for those who have been sending in work. So this is for children who sent in at least 5 set pieces of work during our challenge. So for regular participation, now these children will also receive a voucher via email. So the email address that you were sending your work through, inshallah soon you'll be receiving an Amazon gift voucher from there. So these people are Zainab Jafri, Madia Nakri, Abid Moji, Alina Jafri, Inaya, Iman, Ali Raza Zaidi, Sabra Qasem Ali, Masuma Nakri, Muhammad Abbas Ghulam Hussain, Haider Ali Ghulam Hussain, Shamama Hussain, Azan Mirza, Yahya Raja, Mahdi Raja, Qurat Ain Noorani, Fatima Holloway, Abbas Raza, Hyra Rizvi, Hamia Rizvi, Masuma Hussain, and Kashan Jaffrey, and Sakina Virani. So well done, you really took part in a lot of those activities and sent in your work, so that's really good. Now I have a couple of special mentions for children who actually sent in the work on the day. So I was getting daily work from these children. So well done to these following children: Muhammad Jawad Kamali, Hadia Naqvi, Zainab Khwaja, Kulsum Khwaja, Mariam Al Sabri, Hassan Malji, Aliza Noorani, Shireen Mulji, and Zara Shehzad. And also Tatir Danani, Faria Zaidi, Muhammad Raza Zaidi, Fatima Kazim, Eliza Zaidi, Hora Radansi, Zahra Jaffrey, Zahra Radansi, and Abbas Raza. So well done to all of you. Thank you everybody. Well done to everybody who took part. You're all winners, and inshallah you've all learned. Even if you learned one thing, inshallah you have all achieved something. So thank you very much for watching. I've really been happy that you have joined us along this journey. Inshallah, we hope to have another challenge soon. We'll send out some information about that, inshallah, when it comes. Now I would like you to watch the lovely videos that we have received from children telling us about what they have learned. So good luck everybody, and inshallah we will see you again soon. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. Firstly, I want to say thank you for teaching us really interesting things in Muharram. Me and my sister really enjoy watching your videos and we learned a lot. I have written down a few things I have learned. We should always stand by the truth and make the right choices, just like Hazrat Hur did. I learned to make friends with good people, as they will have a big effect in my life. Also, I will always respect my parents because they look after me. I will be brave like Hazrat Abbas, and most importantly, have faith in and obey Allah all my life. Khuda Hafiz.
I learned from the lessons. I ask Allah and I thank you to Allah, and I respect to my parents and elders, and I always help mommy and be patient, and then I clean my house and share with my brother.
Now Jafar, your turn. Share my things.
Share things to elders
And clean.
and clean the house. And I always help my brother. And be patient.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye. मैं इसको
I really love the one-on-team episode with you. The three things I really love was making it alarm. I really love making an alarm. And I also love making the shield. And I love making the model of cousin. And Thank you, Leon Auntie, for making these videos. I learned a lot. Kudafis.
So, it's Muharram today, and we have to feel sad. We have to cry because it's Imam Hussein Ashadat. And in this Muharram, I watch Muharram challenge videos, and I learned to be kind, helpful, be patient, nice, and respectful. Like Mom Hussein, like Bibi Zainab. For the past few days, I've been learning about the camp of Imam Hussein, and I learned that I was supposed to respect my parents, obey Allah, and I learned the story of Karbala. The story of Karbala.
Salaam alaikum. Thank you for teaching me these lessons. They were very beneficial for me. I have learnt to stand up for the truth. If there is a path and a lot of people are on the wrong path, but the correct path is empty, you should still go on the correct path even if nobody is there. Lesson 2. Patience. You have to be patient. For example, if there is a mixture you want to turn into ice lollies, you have to wait until they're iced to eat them. Lesson 3. Respect everyone. For example, respect everyone. Older, younger, richer or poorer. Lesson 4. Obey Allah. For example, Allah said in the Quran, don't spy on people. So, we need to obey Allah and not spy on people. Lesson 5. Be a good friend. Superhero friends tell the truth, even if it is difficult. Superhero friends are loyal. That means they support others through good and bad times. Superhero friends serve others with a joyful heart. Lesson 6. Respect your parents. You have to respect your parents. For example, do whatever they tell you to do. Lesson 7. Trust Allah. Trust Allah and the income will be the best. Lesson 8. Courage. Standing up for and doing what is right, even if it is difficult. Lesson 9. Taqwa. Having taqwa means to protect our soul by being aware of Allah at all times. And don't do anything to displease Allah. Thank you for watching.
Assalamualaikum everyone. Today we are going to talk about the 5 facts about Imam Mahdi. The first fact is he's the 12th Imam and the last Imam. And the second fact is that he is alive. He's much with us in this world. One of his titles is Al-Qayyim. He was born on 15th of Shaban. His father's name is Imam Hassan Askari alayhi salam. and his mother name was Bibi Nargis. Allah Hafiz.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm Hassan. I'm Shirin. This Muharram was different from all years we had, but still didn't stop the remembrance of Imam Hussein. And by the help of Gate of Knowledge, we learned a lot and understood the story. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum, Auntie and everyone. We really enjoyed taking part of the Muharram activities. We learnt about Imam Hussein alayhi salam and what happened in Karbala. My favorite activity was about Karbala, the map of Karbala. We used the Lego people and horses. It was very sad to learn about Karbala, and Imam Hussein stood up for what was right. We are proud of Imam Hussein alayhi salam.
Go.
We look forward to do our next activity, inshallah. Allah Hafiz.
Hello everyone, my name is Sabra and I wanted to share the video that they said you could share about what lessons I learned in Karbala, and what I can improve on. So the lessons or what I learned is that we have a treasure that no other person with any other religion or culture has. And that is the story of Karbala. So we should use that treasure and implement what we learn from it in our lives so we can become better people and become closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So I wanted to share one example, how Hazrat Abbas was always kind and loving and did whatever his brother, Imam Hussein, said. He did whatever. And he always listened to him no matter what. Even if he wanted to do something so badly, if Imam Hussein said not to do it, he wouldn't do it. So how we can implement that in our lives is to be kind to everyone and listening to our parents. How if they say something, for example, if we want to do something like watching TV before doing homework, and they say to do our homework first, we should do our homework first, because we know that Hazrat Abbas, he was always kind to Imam Hussein, and we should always use the lessons from Karbala to implement it in our lives. So what I want to improve on is when we listen to majlises, we listen to a lot of majlises in Muharram. So what I wanted to improve on is taking more notes and taking better them. So when I look back on them, I can understand what the Maulana is saying. And then I can remember it and implement it in my life. And so that was my video. Thank you, and that.
Imam Hussein alayhi salam on the day of Ashura gave everything up for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala so that we could remain free and that Islam could remain alive today. Do you remember when he said, Hal min nasirin yansurna? Is there anyone to help me? We were not there when Imam Hussein alayhi salam said that, but remember that we can help him today by being good Muslims, by always remembering his message, and by preparing to help the Imam of our time, Imam Mahdi Ajjalallahu Ta'ala Faraja.
We are your young army, Hussein and Mahdi. We are yours, we are yours, we are yours. We are your young army, Hussein and Mahdi. We are yours, we are yours, we are yours.
You have inspired us to be the best that we can be, and from your to live. We will always stay strong, standing up against what is wrong. We are yours, we are yours, we are yours.
We are yours.